6 ways to protect your child from the influence of narcissists. If you share parenting with a narcissist, you may find it hard to accept that the narcissist does not love your children as much as you do. It's a hard truth that needs to be faced. You see, their love is very selective, if it even exists at all. They see your kids as extensions of themselves who only exist to make their out-of-control ego happy. The only reason these beautiful people with their own lives, identities, and wants are important to the narcissist is so that they can get attention and praise. It's important to remember that the egotistical parents' love and care are all about them and how they look. They don't know what their kids really want or need, and they'll do anything to get what they want. They may feed and dress them and take care of their other basic needs, but they are missing something very important, real parental love. So, you need to know how to keep your kids from being hurt by a selfish parent. So in this video, we'll talk about how to fix the damage done by the narcissist, how to be a good dual parent, and most importantly, how to keep your kids safe. It's time to take charge and look out for the people you care about most. Let's get started. Let's examine the devastating effects a narcissistic parent can have on a child. You see, a child's brain is a blank canvas, and the words that are written on it during infancy will mold the person they become as an adult. And accepting that one was reared by a narcissistic parent can be a devastating setback. Believe me, I know. It was sheer devastation to grow up with a malignant narcissistic father and a cohort narcissistic mother. And co-parenting with a narcissist is not an opportunity for family growth or focusing on the development of the children. No, this is a chance for the narcissist to chastise you for fleeing and standing up to them. Co-parenting with a narcissist is a means for them to make you walk on eggshells around them, drain you financially, drain you mentally, and cause enduring trauma. Not only are you subjected to this maltreatment, but your offspring become its greatest victims. This is because the narcissist does not discipline them. There are no boundaries, and they are only spoiled and elevated. And it's not love, it's a perverted scheme to prove to the children that they're the superior parent and to harm you through your children. All of this confusion, trauma, and absence of boundaries, discipline, and affection can have long-lasting effects on your child's development and mental health. This is a cycle that must be broken, and in our next video, we'll discuss how you can protect your children and reverse the harm a narcissistic co-parent has caused. Not to be missed. Structure and routine are necessary for a child's development, regardless of whether you co-parent with a narcissist. However, when co-parenting with a narcissist, structure and routine become a source of contention. The narcissist perceives structure and discipline as a personal assault. They accuse you of being a monster because you have norms, a regimen, and a general structure in place. And there is absolutely no structure when they are in command. The children may consume whatever they desire at any time. They are provided with frivolous food and permitted to forego fundamental hygiene practices. Or they are forced to consume things they do not want to eat, and everything is completely random. Consequently, a conflict always arises when you come in to establish the required structure. Your offspring may not comprehend your perspective. It's not that you don't love or want them to enjoy themselves. It's because you want them to grow up healthy and joyful, which requires establishing boundaries and rules at times. It can become ugly, but it is a necessary battle. You must demonstrate to your children that the rules and structure you establish are not intended to harm, but to aid them. And it is not a simple task, particularly when interacting with a narcissist who does not share your perspective of the world. But let me assure you that the struggle is worthwhile. In our next video, we will discuss how to establish structure and routine when co-parenting with a narcissist, as well as how to manage any resulting conflict, not to be missed. Let me tell you, it's no easy feat. In fact, the whole concept of co-parenting in this context is an oxymoron because the narcissist isn't really parenting at all. They're abusing you and your children, and it's up to you to take care of all the responsibilities. Parallel parenting is also not possible because it assumes that the narcissist is parenting on their side, but the truth is they're not parenting. They're just causing chaos and destruction in their wake. So, how do you deal with this mess? Well, the first step is to work on your wounds. Yes, you have to do the internal work first. You have to heal the wounds that the narcissist left you with. You have to learn how to stabilize your nervous system so their reactive tactics won't work against you. The more strategic and calculated you are, the better you'll fight back. Your strategic nature will make you unpredictable, and they won't be able to foresee how you'll respond to their abusive tactics. With stability and strategic planning, you can break free from the cycle of abuse and create a healthier environment for you and your children. So, we'll discuss how to stabilize your nervous system and create a solid plan to handle co-parenting with a narcissist. Number 1. Creating a safe haven for your children. Imagine growing up unable to relax for even a moment due to the unpredictable and frequently abusive behavior of a narcissistic parent. It is not surprising that their nervous systems are constantly on high alert, putting them in a state of fight or flight. But you can be their refuge, where they can seek refuge when the outside world becomes unbearable. When they are with you, they can relax and act like children again. It is essential to recognize that their behavior around the narcissistic parent is merely a survival mechanism they have developed to avoid punishment. Fear of retribution outweighs their desire to be themselves, so they comply. Then, it is your responsibility to provide them with a space where they can unwind and recuperate from the trauma to their nervous system. Only then can the healing process begin and their childhood wounds begin to recede into the background. By creating a secure environment, you give your children the opportunity to be themselves and unlock their potential for future development. Number 2, the importance of attunement. Picture yourself as a child, given countless commands by an autocratic parent with no explanation or rationale for their demands. You'd feel lost, frustrated, and desperate for some understanding. For children of narcissistic parents, they must live with this distress every day, making them hyper-aware of authority figures and their every demand. That's why you need to learn the art of attunement, an essential means of building a connection to your child. To begin, sit down and really see them, both figuratively and literally. Lower yourself to their level, look them in the eye, and help them regulate their nervous system, which can be plagued with constant turmoil. Being in a state of constant exhaustion and worry around the narcissistic parent is mentally and physically exhausting, and it makes their behavior erratic and explosive. So, instead of aiming to discipline or punish your child's bad behavior, understand the root cause. They might express their unease through irritability, tantrums, or even outbursts. Still, know that this behavior reflects systemic dysregulation caused by their traumatizing environment. Number 3, be the parent the narcissist cannot be. Imagine your child calling you names such as psycho, monster, and insane. It is beyond heartbreaking. It is intolerable. But for many individuals who grew up with abusive narcissistic parents, it is a common occurrence. Instead of responding to these outbursts with wrath and punishment, you must first and foremost attune with them. Make them feel secure, recognize signs that they are distressed, and reassure them that you will always be there for them. Their emotions will run the spectrum, but you are the only person who can make them feel safe. You must listen without judging or jumping to conclusions, allowing the person to thoroughly express themselves. For children of narcissists, their parent is frequently the perfect one, a mythical and idolized figure that is never real. You must balance their experience in your care, as both father and mother, to ensure that they can freely express themselves without fear of retribution. Naturally, this is not a quick fix, but with time, your child will regain their footing and turn to you for guidance. Consistently reassure them that they are seen, heard, and loved as you encourage them to consider new perspectives and methods of handling situations. The highlight? The healing cycle can commence, and they will be on their way to a healthier, happier existence. Number 4. Show, don't tell. You're a caring parent. You love your child with everything you've got, but what do you do when your little darling decides to rebel with toothbrushing? It's easy to grow frustrated and give in to demands, but deep down, you know that this isn't the ideal approach. Instead of authoritarian approaches, try to engage them in a discussion. Sharing videos about how skipping dental hygiene can lead to oral disease and other health issues. This is the essence of connected parenting, which isn't about strict rules or being the boss, but rather showing your child love, kindness, and respect. They need to understand why brushing teeth is essential and why you're asking them to do it. Deliver your concerns in a way that's gentle, positive, and nurturing. Make it clear, too, that you're not lording authority or demanding obedience, but are only motivated by their well-being. Building trust like that is powerful. So, keep the connection flowing by listening intently, trying to see their perspective, at the same time as you share the knowledge and the care they need to lead happy, healthy lives. Encourage them, empower them, and build a bond that's lasting, loving, and true. Number 5. Correct their beliefs. As a parent of a child of a narcissist, you know firsthand that their beliefs are frequently distorted by their other parents' incessant stream of negativity and criticism. You're unlovable. You must be compliant. Your emotions must be suppressed. These are the incessant messages that undermine their sense of worth and mental health. To counteract the harm caused by their other parent, it is your responsibility to confront these beliefs directly. You must embody and exhibit the opposite values, providing safety and security when it is required. You can gradually construct a dependable safety net for them to rely on. This is essential work that will require considerable effort from you. However, it is also crucial that you establish distinct boundaries while demonstrating impeccable behavior. Provide your child with the stability and security they seek, but have never before experienced. The key is to assist your child understand that there are alternatives, that there is a superior way to exist, based not on control or dependence, but on mutual respect and affection. It may be a difficult voyage, but loving parents can make all the difference by simply being present. There is so much more to learn, so much more to discover, and if you're intrigued, there's a workshop coming up that can assist you in your efforts to be there for your child. Register for the workshop immediately and continue working tirelessly to provide your child with the life and affection they deserve. Number 6. Attune, listen, and create safety. Are you prepared to provide your infant with an environment conducive to his or her growth and recovery? It will not be simple, but it will be worthwhile. By attuning to your child, listening intently, and meeting them where they are, you will be able to support their development. You will be able to develop a relationship based on trust, respect, and comprehension. With this trust, your child can begin to develop and transform, letting go of limiting beliefs. The narcissist parent might never be able to provide such security and consistency. Therein lies your role. You can be the pillar of support they require, the source of stability that enables them to develop into the individual they were intended to be. Obviously, this voyage is about more than just them. It is also about you and your own path to healing. By addressing your own traumas and problems, you will be better able to assist your child with theirs. I hope this episode helped elucidate some of the most important concepts and techniques for improving your child's environment. If it did, please indicate so in the comments section. Don't neglect to share this episode with others who may be struggling. Let's continue the path to recovery together.